Yo, what up guys, it's ARTFX and today we're going to be doing some more wavetable synthesis. Let's get to it. So, in the last video I talked about how you can import sounds into Serum and create the most perfect possible waveforms out of those audio files. This week we're actually going to go even further and we're going to synthesize our own wavetables using FM synthesis. I'm going to be using Operator for this. This is Ableton Live's native FM synth and I think it's really well capable to be used to create wavetables for Serum. So I'm going to show you a little bit of that process. So I'm going to drag an operator on a new MIDI track and we have operator down here. Now the first thing I'm going to do, let's start off with a F note, because I know I want a low F note, so I'm gonna be working on F0. So this is actually a sub frequency. Now you might need to put on some headphones, because if you don't work on monitor speakers, you know, if you work on a laptop for instance, you're not gonna hear this sub. So put on some headphones or put on some earbuds so you can actually hear what I'm doing. We now have this. So that's our sub, and it's actually way too long. I'm gonna make this 1 bar long. So let's just consolidate that so that we now have one note, one F0 note for 1 bar. What I want to do is I want to create some kind of a interesting sound with this. So I do want to have the wavetable start off pretty low pass like it is now. It's gonna be pretty much close to a sine wave. That's what I want for the start of the waveform. So what I'm gonna do, right now we have, let's do this particular routing option where we have 2 blocks of waveforms basically. So A and C are our main 2 waveforms, which we're gonna be using, and B is modulating A and D is modulating C. So right now we have that. Let's just feed a little bit of B into A. That will turn it into that. Maybe add a little bit of fine tune. That will give it some movement. I think that sounds pretty cool. That sounds nice. We might be able to add some harmonics to this as well. Nothing too much, just a few small changes will really already make the sound much better. I'm not gonna add any stereo spreading or anything like that because I don't think we actually need that. I might change the phase of this one a little bit. Sounds good. Let's add a little bit of attack to this, so we get rid of that weird click at the start. So now what I want to do is I want to automate some values so that it kind of like morphs over time. So I think we could automate the level on the second operator. Maybe we should automate over this time, so let's do that. Okay, I'm not gonna bring it up that high though. That sounds good. And then it's just gonna stay there. That sounds nice. Now for the filter, let's see if we can do something cool with this. So let's automate that filter down. That sounds nice. So I'm gonna do that. Let me just also bring up those automation lanes so that we can clearly see what automation is going on here. Now let's start adding the second operator. This one, let's change it to a square wave. I think that sounds nice. I'm gonna bring this up I think towards the second part right here. So I want to bring this up over here. I think that sounds nice. I might actually want to bring that up a little bit more slowly. Or maybe just do it quite quickly and let that start a little bit earlier on. Sounds better. That a lot. Okay, so now let's see. I think I want to feed another one into that operator, so we're actually going to feed this into here. Let's see if we can do something cool with that. Obviously the filter is moving as well, so I think if we just put this here and then maybe automate that filter again, we might get some interesting movement. Yeah. We bring that a little bit more towards here. I like that. So, I want to automate this as well. So, I think during the second half, or maybe in the middle, somewhere, we might want to bring this up a bit. Maybe do something like this. That could be cool. Okay, let's play around a little bit with this, add some harmonics. Maybe bring the chorus up. That's cool. That's kind of cool. Okay, that's nice to have it kind of like at the end. It kind of like changes it a little bit. I think it sounds pretty cool. So this is basically it. We can now play around with this a little bit with these routing options. See, you can hear it changes drastically. I think I like that. I'm gonna add an auto filter after this because you can actually go even further with this. I'm gonna switch to the morph. Let's do a notch filter. Like bend reject what we're doing here. Let's automate that, see how that sounds. That. That sounds nice though, but I want to automate the morph as well. So I think during the end I morph this into a high pass maybe? Something like that. nice. That's better. So I really like the way this is starting to sound now. Let's add some random more thing here. Maybe do something. Okay, so that sounds pretty cool. Now we can actually start playing around a little bit with the shaper in here. If I add a hard shaper to this, it's definitely gonna sound weird. Let's do soft shaping is a little better. So that sounds nice. Let's bring the dry wet down a little bit on the soft clipper. Yeah, that sounds good. So I think maybe now I just want to add a whole bunch of compression to this, because we might get some volume spikes over here now that I don't want. Just compress those down. Okay. I think this is actually already sounding pretty good. Maybe we should just try it out and see what happens if we turn this into a wavetable. So let's freeze this track. I'm now going to drag the audio. I'm gonna drag it down here. So this is my audio file. Looks pretty solid. This is made in the key of F0. So what I'm now going to do is on this second MIDI track, and let me just bring that down so it makes a little bit more sense. I'm going to open up Serum. And while Serum is opening, I can tell you guys that I'm actually trying to quit smoking right now. And I bought a vape. That's so much better. Seriously, if you want to do the same thing, buy one of these. It's so much better, honestly. Come on, Serum, I know you can do it. Open up, please. Good. Okay. Let's see if I can drag this in here right now. We are in the key of F0. Let's see if this works. I'm gonna take this audio file and drag it into here. Let's see what happens. Nothing happens. Probably audio file is too long, maybe. File error. Okay, so right now the file is probably too long. So what I'm gonna do, just to make things easier, I'm gonna increase my tempo to, let's say, 200 beats per minute. So it's gonna be much quicker now. Let's unfreeze this. Let's listen to it. It's much quicker now. I'm gonna freeze that again. And I'm gonna drop that down on this track. So we have this now. Let's open up Serum and see what happens if we drag this in. Still get a file error. I might have to export this first. Let's do that right now. I'm just gonna delete that audio track because we don't need it if we're gonna bounce this to audio. I'm just gonna select this part. I'm just gonna say file export. I'm just gonna put it in here. F tutorial wavetable. Just bounce that down. Then now let's go into Serum, and right here we should have F tutorial wavetable. So that's looking good. F0, and let's see what happens. So now I've imported this sound, and you can already see that between the different waveforms we are getting a little bit of frequency drift right now. That's not really what I want. It's going forward, so we actually need to increase this number. Let's try 1025. And let's see what happens. Still too much, so we're going to increase this to 1050. Let's see what that does. Still moving forward. I think we can actually go to something like 1200. Now we're shifting backwards. So let's try 1125. This is just all trial and error, guys. It's really still going backwards. Let's try 1100. That's looking really good. I'm looking at those peaks right here and they don't move at all. So yeah, this looks really good. Let's put a F0 node in here. Good. I'm going to remove the DC offset from the waveforms. Now I'm going to increase my grid size to quite a lot, something like that. Do fade edges. Now I'm going to normalize each one, and then I'm going to do a morph spectral. So now, when I play this, and it should morph pretty much between these waveforms. Let's see what we have right here at the end. Some weird stuff going on. I don't think we need that, so let's just remove these. I think I can remove the first one as well. So you can see there's quite a bunch of similar waveforms in here. Let's just pick one of each. So that one. This one looks slightly better than that. Then we get a whole bunch of these. Let's just select the middle one or something. Just remove some of these. Let's remove these as well. That one looks pretty different from all the others, so let's do this. Remove these. Let's see, what do we have? Those. And we got this one, which looks pretty good. Move all of those, then we get one of these, which is pretty good. And now I'm just gonna remove a whole bunch of these, and I'm just gonna take one of these. One. Remove that. So let's see how this sounds. I'm going to put an LFO on the wavetable position, so when we play this, we should be able to hear that's actually sounding like a pretty cool wavetable. And now you can actually use the built-in Serum warping modes to actually change the waveform even more. The remap function is really cool. Just look at the waveform right here in this graph. When we bring the remap up, you can see I can do these really cool things. Right, it's just slightly different. And what we can then do is do resample to oscillator B. But first, before you do that, you gotta change the random phase and the phase all the way down, otherwise it might do some weird things over here. So let's do it again. Resample to oscillator B. Let's bring that up and let's see how it looks. So there we have it. Pretty interesting looking wavetable. And now connect this LFO to here. bring the random phase down and the phase all the way down as well. And then we would have the same thing. Sounding pretty good. Now we can actually start working with some of these other remap modes, I guess. Can add another LFO to there as well. That sounds nice. So I'm gonna do resample to oscillator A. So now when we bring oscillator A up again, it has changed the waveform even more. So now we have the same thing as in the other one. And we actually still have the remap open, so we could, you know, maybe do something crazy in here. I quite like the sound of that, so I'm now gonna resample this to B again. So now we have another new waveform. It's really starting to sound and look really interesting. Remove all the modulators, and now we actually have this. You could save that as a wavetable. Let's go into my Neurofunk Revolution. This is actually for a pack that's going to come out soon. I'm working on it, and the pack's going to be released on my website as well. It's going to be aimed completely at Neurofunk and similar genres. It's going to aim at making these really interesting sounds. So let's call this one Serum Resample Fun. So there you have it, guys. It's really easy and really interesting to create wavetables with synths, because you get so much freedom over how the waveforms are gonna sound. So yeah, if you like this video, comment, like, and subscribe, because that'll help me to grow this channel bigger, and that's what I'm trying. I'm trying to bring this channel up to at least 50,000 subs in the next month. That would be really awesome. So other than that, if you want to get a whole bunch of vocal samples, check out the link in the description below this video. Loopmasters has released a sample pack that I did. I worked on it for quite a while, and it is actually a really big vocal sample pack. It contains more than 2,000 vocal samples, vocal one-shots, and small phrases and stuff like that. You can use those in your tracks, use them before a drop. Check out the product demo on the page. There's actually an audio demo that I made as well. Check it out, and if you like it, you are actually supporting this channel as well. So that's it for this video. I hope you liked it, and I'll see you back soon. Peace!